Just like human beings, countries come in all different shapes, sizes, and colours. Some countries are large, cold, and barren. Others are small, tropical, and densely populated. The variety and range of countries our planet has to offer is what makes the human race so special. Downtown Manhattan is so different to Fiji that it is almost like a different planet. Believe it or not, there are actually 25 countries in the world that are smaller than 1,000 kilometers squared. So what is the world's smallest country? That achievement goes to Vatican City, a country that in no way, shape or form acts like a country. First of all, it has the word city in its name. Secondly, it is absolutely tiny, at just 0.49 kilometers squared. For reference, this is around 7 times smaller than New York City's Central Park. Vatican City is also an enclave of Rome, Italy. This means it is completely located entirely within the city of Rome and therefore Italy. The population of Vatican City is around 825, of which around 453 are residents and 372 non-residents. The population of this country is so low that in fact everyone from this country could fit into a single Airbus A380. The Vatican City is, of course, the headquarters of the Roman Catholic Church and the Pope. There are an estimated 1.2 billion Catholics in the world. If all of these Catholics formed a country, they would be the third most populated on Earth, meaning this country of less than 1,000 people actually has some quite significant importance on the world. The next smallest country on Earth is Monaco, another European microstate, which measures a tiny 2 kilometers squared, which makes it around 1.7 times smaller than Central Park. Monaco is the smallest country in the world with a coastline, the smallest United Nations member state, and the smallest country in the world that is not a landlocked country. Monaco is well known for being a playground for the filthy rich. It is by far the richest country on Earth in terms of individual wealth, at an astonishing $234,000 per capita. For reference, this makes the people of Monaco over 3 times richer than Americans for GDP per capita. According to the United Nations, Monaco also has the equal highest life expectancy on Earth, at a crazy 85.9 years. That is an incredible 33.4 years longer than the country with the world's lowest life expectancy, Chad. Surrounded by Nice, Saint-Tropez and Cannes, Monaco sits in a very desirable, wealthy part of the world, looking onto the Mediterranean. The population of this mega-rich country is just shy of 40,000 people, meaning the entire population of Monaco could fit into Chelsea's football stadium. Next up is the rather unknown Central Pacific country, Nauru. Nauru, at just 21 kilometers squared, is the smallest country on Earth that is not a micro-state. It is also the smallest republic and the smallest island country. It is just over 6 times larger than New York's Central Park. Its population is around 11,000 or so, and its GDP is around 133 million US dollars, which is absolutely minuscule compared to Monaco's $8.6 billion. This tiny country was discovered in 1798 and originally named Pleasant Island. In 1888, Nauru was annexed by Germany. During World War II, it was occupied by the Japanese, and today it is most notably known for the controversial Australian detention camps. Next up is another Pacific island country, Tuvalu. Tuvalu is just 26 kilometers squared, making it the 4th smallest country on Earth and the smallest Commonwealth realm. It is 7.6 times larger than New York's Central Park. At around 12,000, it is the 3rd least populated country on Earth. Only our previous entries, Nauru and Vatican City, have a smaller population. Tuvalu's GDP is just 45 million US dollars. Fishing is the country's biggest income source. However, it has another very interesting revenue source. .tv is Tuvalu's internet country code. This is a very desirable domain name, as many websites utilize this as it's short for television. Most notably, Twitch.tv uses this domain. This brings around $10 million into this tiny country each year. Not bad. Next up is San Marino, another European city-state. San Marino, for me, is most well known for its football team. When there are international games between European teams, we often see this tiny country competing against European beasts like Spain, England, and Germany. San Marino's team consists of part-time players who have other full-time jobs such as teachers or builders. And here they are competing against players of elite quality, earning hundreds of thousands of euros each week. Just like Vatican City, San Marino is an enclave in Italy. It is located in the northeast of the country. San Marino is around 61 kilometers squared in total, making it 18 times larger than New York's Central Park. The population of this microstate is around 34,000, making it the second most populated country so far in today's video. Next up is Liechtenstein, yet another European microstate. Liechtenstein is significantly larger than other countries in this video so far. It stretches for a distance of around 160 kilometers squared, or 47 times larger than New York's Central Park. Liechtenstein, according to the World Bank, is the second richest country on the planet per capita, with a value of around $157,000, and that was in 2020, so it is likely higher now. Due to its small size and population, most people don't know too much about this landlocked Central European country. Liechtenstein is in fact a doubly landlocked country, meaning it is surrounded and landlocked by countries who are also landlocked. Liechtenstein is quite an anomaly in that it is so wealthy but landlocked. Landlocked countries tend to have financial implications from their lack of access to the oceans. However, Liechtenstein finds itself in a very wealthy part of the world, surrounded by some of the most well-developed cities and countries you will ever find. At just under 40,000, Liechtenstein is the 8th least populated country on Earth and has a very similar population to that of Monaco. Next up is Marshall Islands at 181 kilometers squared, or around 53 times larger than New York's Central Park. The Marshall Islands are located in the Central Pacific, not far from the equator. Its population is around 62,000. The Marshall Islands are made up of around 1,200 islands. Its capital is Majuro. Although the Marshall Islands don't have a military, the US controls the security and defense of the country and has tested many missiles, including nuclear, across this region. With a mean elevation of around 2 meters, the Marshall Islands has one of the lowest average elevations. This, combined with the effects of global warming, means that the Marshall Islands are at serious threat. The people of the Marshall Islands rank as the 4th most obese in the world. This is mainly due to a genetic predisposition, as when early humans sailed across the world to explore, those who stored and kept fat easier survived and passed on their genetics. And finally, next up, we have a non-European or Pacific country. It is St. Kitts and Nevis, an island microstate located in the West Indies. This country measures a distance of around 261 kilometers squared, or 77 times larger than New York's Central Park. The population of this Caribbean nation is around 47,000 or so. It is a dual island nation, meaning it consists of 2 islands. The country was founded by a certain Christopher Columbus in 1493. The pesky Brits took over in the 1600s, and in 1998, a referendum to split the country into 2 failed. The capital is Basse-Terre. English is the sole official language, and their currency is the East Caribbean dollar. So there we have it, some of the world's smallest countries explained. There is such a variation among these countries. Some are the richest on the planet with the highest living standards anywhere on Earth, whereas others are relatively poor and rank very low for their development index. We hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you very soon in our next amazing video.